Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.
Welcome back. Tonight we meet a retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel who decided to land in Augusta after serving his country for a quarter century.
KSN's Mike Mahoney introduces us to Dale Redding in this week's Veteran Salute.
Native Kansan Dale Redding joined the Air Force in 1959 after completing the ROTC program at WSU. A case of vertigo kept him on the ground, so he became a very busy transportation officer.
We can have the motor pool, which you've probably heard of. We've got vehicle operations, we got vehicle mechanics, we got commercial transportation, we got trucking, vehicle maintenance, airplane business, and there's a little everything you can do in transportation.
Dale worked many transportation jobs for the Air Force, including in combat zones in Vietnam, loading and unloading C-130 aircraft. He recalls a time when he and his team had to tend to a helicopter that was hit and fell onto the runway.
When I went out there and talked to the guy that's in the helicopters, the pilot was all shook up. He said he'd never get in a helicopter again. The gunner was dead and the co-pilot was wounded. But we got those guys out, and then we picked up the helicopter, put it to the side of the field, and got the flow of the C-130s back on the ramp and back up in the air.
After returning to the States, Dale began training personnel on how to load and unload C-130s. He went on to manage hundreds of employees at multiple airports. Dale retired from the Air Force as a lieutenant colonel and decided to further his education.
Went back to school, I got a master's degree, and then and I still didn't know what to do. I just decided to retire. So in about 1986, I was retired, and I'm still retired today.
Dale says his niece convinced him to come back to the Air Capital to invest in her business. He did just that, and then he had thoughts about possibly leaving.
From that point on, the government wouldn't pay for my transportation and my household goods and move. So I was here, so I didn't want to spend another $10,000 to make another move, so I stayed here.
These days, Dale says that joining the Air Force and retiring in the Air Capital are two of the best decisions he's ever made.
Wichita is great. Wichita is a good city. If I had a choice again of a lot of places to be, Wichita is about as good as any of them.
Here for you, Mike Mahoney, KSN News 3.
The Devon James Injury Lawyer is here with our Veteran of the Week, and that's Lieutenant Colonel Dale Redding, who faithfully served our country for 25 years in the United States Air Force. On behalf of all of Kansas, thank you so much for your service.
Thank you. Appreciate this opportunity, and thank you both. And that's all I can say is thank you.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.